The peace of mind you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. In order to become a confident person, you need to accomplish things that challenge you. Things that make you say, I don't know if I can do it. Through your accomplishments will bring confidence. No one naturally finds confidence in themselves or abilities through doing some rinse and repeat actions every day in their comfort zone. Testing your limits and boundaries is the only way to do that. So you need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Because if not, you are destined for a life of monotony. By regularly stepping out of your comfort zone, you gradually expand it. What once seemed daunting becomes manageable. Facing discomfort helps build resilience, which is a key component of confidence. Each time you encounter and overcome an uncomfortable situation, you reinforce your ability to cope with adversity. So how do we do it? Simply start small. Do small, manageable challenges that push you slightly out of your comfort zone, like going to the gym for 60 minutes a day or saying hello and having small talk with a stranger. Whatever you need to do based on what you're trying to improve, because what isn't measured isn't managed. Don't worry if you fail to meet your expectations. Understand that this is a process. Just like lifting weights, you won't be able to bench 300 pounds your first time. By gradually stacking up these small wins, you will become confident and know you can take on more. By practicing what makes you uncomfortable, like giving a presentation or talking to that girl that you really like, will give you the peace of mind you're looking for and make you go far. One thing that you must understand is the fact that your full potential is on the other side of the comfort zone you're so desperately trying to stay in. You must reverse the desire to avoid pain and instead embrace it. Just think about the last time you challenged yourself. Your heart was probably pumping, right? You were probably afraid for your life because of the fear of unknown. Instead of thinking about fear, think about excitement. The reason your heart starts pumping is because it's excited. It's doing something that has never been done before, and your mind knows this. You need to look for that feeling. Every single time you do anything on a day-to-day basis, look for that heart-pumping feeling. If you continue to do this for the rest of your life, you will not be afraid of anything. All will seem possible. Do not be limited by fear, embarrassment, or just simply thinking about what other people think about you. Do something simply because it's something that you need to get done. It's something that you need to do. This will help immensely in a growth mindset. Simply seek discomfort. When you willingly put yourself in uncomfortable situations, you develop a growth mindset. This mindset emphasizes learning and improvement over time rather than seeing abilities as fixed. Overcoming challenges builds confidence in your ability to handle future difficulties. Many skills require practice and often involve initial discomfort. Public speaking, for example, can be nerve-wracking at first, but repeated practice leads to improved skills and increased confidence in those abilities. The perfect example of this is simply starting this YouTube channel. If you go back to my very first few videos, you can tell I'm unconfident, I'm speaking very slowly, not even enthusiastically, and here I am today. It's something very interesting to see. Do you think some of the biggest YouTube creators and even personalities on the internet were this confident as they are today? Go back to their interviews from the very beginning. You can see they were just like everybody else, unconfident, unsure of themselves, and yet here they are today because they stayed persistent, resilient, and they knew exactly what they wanted. Something that I found interesting is the fact that many uncomfortable situations involve social interactions. Successfully navigating these situations can lead to improved relationships, career advancements, and a stronger sense of self-assurance in social and professional contexts. The person who's afraid to ask their boss for a raise is not going to get the raise 100% of the time compared to somebody who's willing to ask whether or not they get it. It simply shows initiative. Something that I found helps me when talking to strangers or just random people on the job or at school or whatever the case may be is just imagine that they're nervous as well. When you have that belief in your mindset, it's very easy to talk to somebody because you know they're just as shooken as you are. And if not that, just imagine that this person doesn't really care about you because in all reality, they probably don't. They probably don't even care what you have to say. A lot of us think too much in our heads that other people care what we do and say, but in all reality, they really don't. For the moment, they may, but after that, probably not. When they go home, they're not thinking about you and what you said, the fact that you stuttered or you slipped up and said something you weren't supposed to. Failure is an opportunity to grow. Stop being afraid of the unknown. Instead, be inspired by it. Try new things that scare you, that challenge you to become better. Only then can you reach your full potential. Avoiding discomfort often stems from fear. By facing discomfort head-on, you reduce the power that fear holds over you. Over time, this diminishes the anxiety associated with uncomfortable situations, making you more confident. The one thing that you need to take from this video is the fact that you cannot live in fear. What is life if all you're doing is sticking to a certain routine based on fear? You're not willing to challenge yourself and think outside the box and do whatever it is that you really want based on fear. So what? Who cares what happens? At the end of the day, what's guaranteed is we're all gonna die. So no matter what, we're gonna lose in the end. So you better make sure that you have a couple of wins in this lifetime before we move on to the next one. If you continue to live a life where you reduce your fear, you will live a life worth living. At that certain point, nothing will be able to stand in your way because you're willing to do anything necessary in order to get what you want. Not even fear itself will hold you back. And when you really think about it, the majority of people who live, especially young people, are fearful of anything that can happen to them. The reason they're unwilling to go outside the box, start a YouTube channel, move out of their parents' house is because they're fearful of failure. In their minds, they think, what will happen if it doesn't work out for me? You can't live in fear. You need to do what is necessary because it needs to get done. Throughout your whole entire life, that should be your mindset. I'm gonna go to the gym because it needs to get done. Instead of, I don't wanna go to the gym because I'm not strong, I'm uncomfortable, and I'm probably gonna embarrass myself. The same thing applies when it comes to social interactions, developing your self-awareness, talking to girls, public speaking, and doing whatever it is that you need to do in order to become the best version of yourself. Reduce the amount of fear that you have in your life. Stop trying to avoid it and just face it. Become one with it. Only then can you truly conquer all. I'll never forget the first time I ever stepped foot inside a gym. I just remember being so anxious and nervous because all these people in here were working towards one common goal. And for me, just starting out, being overweight, I thought it was impossible. People come here every single day to change their life, and yet here I am, just starting out fresh. What made me believe that I was gonna change my life? What made me believe that I was gonna lose weight and put on some muscle? All these people have proven it based on their physique, but me, I have every reason to doubt myself and not believe. In spite of fear, I overcame, and thus showed me my true, authentic self. I realized that embracing discomfort made me be true to myself and my values even when it was challenging. This authenticity fosters self-respect and confidence in who you are. When I'm in the gym, I don't stop when things start to get tough. I stop when I simply fail. I realize I'm not able to live with myself if I'm able to keep going, but I stop because I'm uncomfortable. When I do reps and I know I could push 2 to 3 more, but I stop, I call myself a bitch in my head because I know I could do more, and yet I'm stopping because I'm uncomfortable. So be it. Oh well. I don't know why we have this mindset that it's the end of the world just because we start to become uncomfortable. We need to push through that and see it through till the end. Some days I don't feel like going to the gym and I call myself a bitch. Why am I being a bitch about it? This is something I have to do whether I feel like it or not. And when I push myself and when I do what needs to be done, I can actually respect myself, and I notice that my confidence starts to grow. Not only confident in my behavior, that if a challenging thing pops up physically or mentally demanding in my life, I can overcome that, but also that I am strong enough to push through even though I may not feel like it. Stay true and authentic to yourself. Stay true and authentic to your goals and dreams, your aspirations, anything and everything that you want to achieve. You need to stay true to that. You need to call yourself a bitch and stop being a bitch about doing the fucking work. Sometimes we got to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we got to do the shit that we don't want to do in order to achieve the things that nobody else has. I get so passionate about this conversation because there's so many opportunities that I passed up in my life due to being unconfident or not sure of myself. And once I gained my confidence and knew exactly who I was, found self-awareness, and developed my habits to keep me on a correct schedule, and then I started to see the blossom of opportunities that were at my door every single day that I never noticed before because I simply was afraid of them, or I was afraid of what would happen if I pursued them and didn't achieve it. I realized that my lifestyle had to be about my purpose. It had to be about fulfillment in whatever it is that I was chasing in this life. If not, it's going to be set on the back burner. That's why there is no plan Bs. There's only plan A. You need to do exactly what you feel you were set out to do, exactly the reason why you feel like you were born on this planet. Because once you have it in your mind that this is your true purpose, the true reason why you were born, nothing becomes impossible. Embracing discomfort won't only just boost your confidence, but it will make you into the man or woman that you truly want to become in this world. Forget about confidence. Let's talk about purpose. Successfully navigating uncomfortable situations increases your belief in your own abilities. This self-efficacy is crucial for confidence, as it reinforces the belief that you can achieve your goals and handle challenges. If you want to become the best basketball player or video game player that ever was on this planet, then you should be seeking out discomfort. You should be seeking out challenges every single day, not only because it will make you better, but also because this is part of your purpose. This is part of who you are. This is what you think is why you were set on this planet. planet. If you are not willing to eat, breathe, and sleep your goals, dreams, and ambitions, then that's probably not what you're supposed to do, and that's probably not why you were born. You think Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or even LeBron James looks at competition as something to be fearful about? No, they look at it as opportunity. They look at it as a way to sharpen their skills and get better. When you play video games, don't you get more experience points when you do everything on hard mode? Don't you get better gear and a better loadout once you defeat the boss? That's exactly the way you should see life. And all the challenges and obstacles that you face, it's a way for you to level up, get better, and become the best version of yourself. If you need somebody to keep you accountable and help build a strong mindset, make sure you hit the first link down below in the description where you can get on a one-on-one call with me where you can forge a resilient mindset and overcome anything and everything that ever stood in your way to success. Thanks for watching.